Forgotten by Design, Part 10. Question Time. Inside the cavernous United Nations Hall, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation. Arrayed around a vast table were representatives of humanity, diplomats, scientists, scholars, and leaders. Facing them were members of the Galactic Federation, each looking as diverse and enigmatic as the cosmos itself. Ambassador Thylia, with her iridescent skin, initiated the dialogue. "You have questions about the Federation. We are here to answer." Dr. Helena Alvarez, a renowned astrophysicist, began, "For starters, how long has the Federation been in existence?" Thylia responded, "By Earth's reckoning, the Galactic Federation has existed for approximately 500,000 years. We were formed when a group of advanced civilizations recognized the need for collaboration amidst the vastness of the cosmos." General Thompson, a decorated military official, inquired, "How expansive is the Federation? How many members does it comprise?" A delegate, with multiple appendages resembling arms, replied, "The Federation spans approximately 1/3 of the Milky Way and is composed of 327 distinct member civilizations. Our combined territories serve as hubs of knowledge, commerce, and exploration." Dr. Alvarez's voice quivered with excitement. "And our own history? How were we engineered?" Ambassador Thylia sighed. "It is a tale that begins with Dr. Lyrian's fascination for a primate species. Using intricate genetic manipulation, he tailored certain attributes: limb length, brain capacity, traits like curiosity, aggression, empathy. His work was part research, part necessity due to the conflict with the Krillar." Silence pervaded the room, only to be broken by Dr. Ram Patel, a biologist. "We've noticed a significant disparity in our lifespans compared to most Federation species. Is there a reason for our relatively short lives?" Thylia nodded. "Yes, many member species of the Federation have lifespans averaging around 250 Earth years. Some live considerably longer. Your shorter lifespan is a vestige of the primate base from which you were created. Dr. Lyrian did make some adjustments, but lifespans weren't the primary focus." Secretary General Miriam Weiss spoke up. "Is there an opportunity for us to meet these primates, our ancestors?" Thylia's eyes glinted with warmth. "It's possible. We can arrange for a select delegation to visit their habitat." Dr. Patel, curiosity evident in his tone, asked, "Do they share any of our cognitive capacities?" "No," Thylia replied. "While they possess intelligence, it's not to the degree of cognitive complexity exhibited by humans." The questions flowed, each revealing a tapestry of knowledge and experience. "How does the Federation manage disputes among such a diverse consortium?" asked General Thompson. "Through mediation and a council representing each member species. The goal is always harmony and understanding," replied a delegate with fluid movements, resembling water. "Do you possess a shared language or means of communication?" queried linguist Professor Aisha Mubarak. "We utilize a combination of universal translators and a shared language developed over millennia," Thylia answered. One final question came from a young intern who had been silently observing. "How do humans fit into this vast canvas? Is our role merely a relic of a past war?" Thylia paused, measuring her words. "While your genesis is tied to conflict, your potential is not defined by it. The Federation sees promise in humanity, not just as warriors, but as thinkers, artists, and explorers. You have a unique blend of traits that could enrich our collective." As the meeting concluded, the weight of revelations and the promise of the future intertwined. Humanity stood on the precipice of a new era, with the cosmos beckoning and the Federation offering a hand of alliance and understanding. The visit now over. The waning days of the Federation's historic visit to Earth were marked with a whirlwind of activity. Their representatives had crisscrossed continents, soaking in the rich tapestry of cultures, the diverse landscapes, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. From the bustling streets of Tokyo to the tranquil beaches of Brazil, from the soaring Alps to the vast savannas of Africa, Earth had put on a show, and the aliens were deeply impressed. Within the sprawling assembly hall of the United Nations, the Federation's lead representative, Ambassador Thylia, stood at the podium, flanked by her entourage and the Secretary General of the UN. Her skin shimmered with an iridescent glow, the effect of Earth's sunlight on her alien physiology. Your species has accomplished much in a short time, she began, her voice echoing through the room. The arts, sciences, and depth of emotion exhibited by humans are truly remarkable. While we brought you into existence, you have charted your own destiny, defined your own narratives. And it is clear to us that, left to your own devices, you will reach the stars on your own. But we also perceive potential pitfalls, moments where guidance, not interference, could be beneficial. A murmur rippled through the hall. The weight of her words was heavy on everyone's mind. The realization that they were on the cusp of a new era, an era of interstellar cooperation and potential, was exhilarating. Ambassador Thylia continued, "We will soon depart, but before we do, we extend an invitation. We wish to take a delegation of humans to the heart of the Federation. Admiral Lansing, you have been specifically requested. The others will be your choice, representing the best of humanity." A spotlight shifted onto Admiral Lansing, his uniform pristine and his expression stoic. He nodded in acknowledgement, the weight of responsibility clear in his eyes. As for ongoing relations, Thylia gestured towards Talon, who stood tall and proud. Talon will serve as Earth's ambassador to the Federation, ensuring a permanent line of communication and understanding between our peoples. Applause broke out, a sound of unity and hope. But beyond the pomp and circumstance, preparations were already underway. Lansing, with a select committee, would decide on the delegation to represent Earth. There were scientists, diplomats, artists, and thinkers to consider. In the days that followed, excitement was palpable. Humanity was about to get a first-hand look at the galaxy, to interact with civilizations older than their wildest imaginations. Stories would be exchanged, relationships forged, and perhaps new horizons of understanding would emerge. Amidst the preparations, Admiral Lansing found a rare moment of solitude on the balcony of the United Nations building. He gazed upwards, the vast expanse of the night sky stretched before him, dotted with twinkling stars. Each one of those celestial points held the promise of undiscovered worlds and civilizations. A few weeks ago, he was a man with a routine, overseeing operations on the Genesis space station, the pinnacle of human space exploration. And now, destiny had fast-tracked him to a journey to the heart of the Galactic Federation. A sense of wonder and disbelief gripped him. It felt like a dream, and he half expected to wake up to the familiar hum of the space station, but the cool night air and distant city sounds anchored him to the reality of the moment. His path had changed, and the universe had become both more vast and more accessible than he could have ever imagined. However, not all shared the joy and anticipation. As Admiral Lansing and his chosen delegates readied themselves for the interstellar journey, a shadowy figure observed from a distance. Hidden in the alleyways, the figure watched, a device in hand that blinked ominously. Whether driven by fear, distrust, or a darker motive, a storm was brewing, threatening to disrupt humanity's first steps into the wider galaxy. In the depths of the night, whispers spread about a potential threat to the mission. Security protocols were heightened, and the world held its breath, hoping that the dream of a united Earth reaching for the stars would not be shattered before it could truly begin. Forgotten by Design, Part 11, Departure. The massive doors of the Federation ship sealed behind them with a gentle hiss. Admiral Lansing, leading the selected human ambassadors, took a moment to adjust to the ambient light of the ship's interior, a serene blend of soft blues and purples. The floor beneath them hummed, a gentle vibration indicating the ship was preparing for departure. "Welcome aboard the Starbearer," Talon greeted, his voice echoing slightly inside the expansive entrance chamber. "This will be your home for the next few days as we journey to the Galactic Federation's core." Lansing took in the expanse of the ship, from its high vaulted ceilings adorned with alien hieroglyphs to its sleek interfaces glowing with unreadable text. "It's incredible," he whispered, a sentiment echoed by murmurs of agreement from the human delegates behind him. As the ship started moving, a window display opened up to the star-filled vastness of space. The stars ahead began to shimmer and pulse, their light growing brighter and then dimming in a rhythmic pattern. Suddenly, the ship surged forward, the stars blurring into continuous streaks of luminescence. "We're engaging our FTL drive," Talon explained, noting the humans' surprise. It stands for faster than light. Even with our advanced technology, traversing the vast distances of the cosmos demands such propulsion systems. Without it, journeys like ours would take lifetimes. The sensation was unlike anything Lansing had ever experienced, a combination of vertigo and exhilaration. But as quickly as it began, the feeling tapered off, and the stars ceased their high-speed streaking. In the distance, a colossal cosmic nebula slowly moved past. Lansing stared in disbelief at the speed they were traveling. As the journey continued, Talon took on the role of educator, detailing the Federation's vast history which spanned millennia. He spoke of ancient interstellar wars, alliances forged and broken, and the unending quest for knowledge and understanding. He spoke of cultures that communicated through song, species that lived in gas giants, and civilizations that had achieved true unity. It's a complex web, the Federation. While we strive for peace, there are disagreements, politics, and struggles for power and influence, Talon elaborated. Dr. Helena, one of the human ambassadors and a historian by profession, was eager to know more. How did the Federation manage to keep such a vast expanse of different species united? She inquired. Talon's eyes dimmed thoughtfully. Balance. The Federation's primary principle is balance, recognizing the importance and value of each member species and ensuring their voices are heard. It's not perfect, but it's what has kept us together. As days turned into nights, though without a sun, the concept became abstract. The human ambassadors gathered frequently, discussing among themselves. Some were in awe, others overwhelmed, but all felt the weight of their mission. They shared stories of their families, their homes, and their dreams for the future. In one such gathering, Lansing sat with a younger delegate, Maria, who was a celebrated physicist. "Did you ever think," she began, her voice quivering with a mix of excitement and nervousness, "that we'd be here, Admiral, crossing the stars?" Lansing smiled, looking out at the vast expanse of the universe stretching before them. "No, I didn't. But that's the beauty of life, isn't it? The unpredictability. We're here, and we're going to make the most of it." Throughout the journey, it was evident that the bond between Talon and Lansing had deepened. They were frequently seen in deep conversation, with Talon sharing more about his life and experiences, and Lansing discussing Earth's challenges and triumphs. The trip was not just a physical journey across the galaxy, but a profound journey of understanding and growth for the human delegates. As the Federation Corps neared, they felt a collective mix of anticipation and responsibility, ready to represent humanity in this new chapter of its existence. An audience with the galaxy. The gentle hum of the ship intensified slightly as they entered the star system, heralding their approach to the Galactic Federation's capital. Admiral Lansing and the human ambassadors gathered by the viewing port, eager to take in their first sight of this interstellar hub. As they neared the system's center, a flotilla of ships of all shapes and sizes converged on their vessel. Bright flashes of light emanated from some, which Talon explained were greetings in various alien languages. "That ship over there," Talon pointed to a sleek silver vessel with wings that glowed a soft blue, "belongs to the Ilari. They're a species of great artists and philosophers. Their excitement stems from a deep-rooted belief that new species bring fresh perspectives and inspiration." Another ship, this one more organic in appearance, pulsated with a soft amber glow. "The Vortaxians," Talon continued. "They're one of the oldest races in the Federation. They value knowledge above all and see the humans as a new chapter in their vast libraries." As the Starbearer finally docked at the Central Space Station, the ambassadors' eyes widened in awe. The sheer scale of the station dwarfed everything they had ever known. Towering spires, vast parks floating in zero gravity, and beings of various shapes, sizes, and colors mingling and communicating. "It's overwhelming," whispered Dr. Helena, her historian's mind racing to capture every detail. The human delegates were escorted to their quarters, grand rooms with walls that morphed to show serene landscapes from Earth. This touch, added to make them feel at home, was deeply appreciated. Over the next few days, their schedules were packed. They attended diplomatic receptions where they were introduced to leaders of various member species. At a more relaxed cultural exchange session, they shared Earth's music, art, and literature, while in return, they experienced alien dances, holographic art, and listened to melodies that resonated in frequencies beyond human comprehension. But not all interactions were smooth. At one dinner, an envoy from a species called the Krilt expressed skepticism about humanity's rapid technological growth, hinting at potential dangers. However, Ambassador Thilia gracefully navigated the conversation, emphasizing Earth's desire for peaceful collaboration. The pinnacle of their visit was the assembly before the Galactic Federation Council. The vast hall was unlike anything they had ever seen. Floating platforms held representatives of countless species, each tier giving a panoramic view of the center stage. Talon, who had been their guide and friend throughout this journey, took a moment to brief them. Remember, every species here once had their moment, their introduction. Be true to yourselves. Be true to Earth. Admiral Lansing, chosen to speak on behalf of humanity, stepped forward. The hall quieted, countless eyes and other sensory organs focused on him. He felt a weight on his shoulders, a weight of representing an entire species, an entire world. Members of the Galactic Federation, he began, his voice echoing across the vast chamber. We come in peace, with a desire to learn, to share, and to be a part of this grand tapestry of civilizations. We bring with us our history, our dreams, our failures, and our hopes. We thank you for welcoming us, and we hope to contribute to the Federation's future. The hall erupted in a cacophony of sounds, applause, cheers, and other gestures of approval in myriad alien languages. As the assembly drew to a close, Lansing felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Talon. You did well, he said, his voice filled with pride. Welcome to the galaxy. The show had indeed begun, and Earth's role in this interstellar dance was just taking its first steps. Forgotten by Design, Part 12, A Tour of Wonder. The galactic capital city was unlike anything the human ambassadors had ever seen. Buildings soared into the sky, their architecture a blend of organic curves and angular geometry. Streets were aglow with holographic signs in a myriad of alien languages, and walkways floated in the air, connected by transporter pads. Hovering vehicles moved gracefully between structures, and even the air seemed to shimmer with a luminescent quality. Amidst this majestic sprawl, the human delegates felt an overwhelming mix of awe and insignificance. The bustling capital represented a collective of civilizations, each contributing its unique signature to the kaleidoscope of the city. Every corner held a new surprise: a park with bioluminescent plants, a plaza with an ethereal musical performance by a multi-armed species, or a museum displaying ancient artifacts from civilizations the humans hadn't even heard of. Leading the way was Talon, his usually stern demeanor replaced by a more animated one. As they walked, he pointed out the highlights, recounting tales of the Federation's evolution. This city, he began, has been the heart of the Federation for over 10 millennia. It has witnessed the rise and integration of countless species, each bringing their unique strengths and cultures. He gestured to a magnificent floating structure. That is the Institute of Galactic Knowledge, he explained, a place where the collected wisdom of the universe is stored. Some of the technology and science there are eons old, while some are the very cutting edge of discovery. Passing by a busy marketplace, the scent of exotic foods wafted through the air. Alien merchants beckoned the humans to try their goods, displaying colorful fruits, shimmering fabrics, and intricate jewelry. The delegates watched in amazement as a stall showcased levitating pots, while another offered glimpses into different dimensions. Talon paused before a massive holographic monument that displayed scenes of various alien races joining the Federation. These are the milestones of our Federation, he said. Every race that joins enriches us, strengthening the bonds of cooperation and understanding. Our values lie in unity, diversity, and the pursuit of knowledge. As they continued their journey, Admiral Lansing was engrossed in the stories and sights. However, as they turned into another bustling alley filled with stalls and shops, something caught his eye. Amidst the crowd, he thought he glimpsed a familiar figure, a human child, looking lost and out of place. Lansing's heart raced. The child's eyes met his for a fleeting moment, echoing fear and confusion. But as quickly as he'd seen the child, the throng of alien beings swallowed up the vision. "Wait!" Lansing called out, trying to push through the crowd, but the density and the unfamiliarity of the surroundings made it difficult. A hand on his shoulder brought him back. It was Talon. "Admiral Lansing, you seem troubled. What did you see?" Lansing hesitated. "I thought I saw a human child, but that's impossible, isn't it?" Talon looked at him with a mix of concern and curiosity. "This city holds many wonders, Admiral, and illusions are not uncommon in some of these marketplaces. It could have been a trick of the light or a reflection." Lansing wasn't convinced, but nodded. The sheer implausibility of the situation made him question his own senses. "Let's continue," he finally said, although the image of the child's face remained etched in his mind. As they moved on, the mysteries of the galaxy unfurled around them, but for Lansing, a new personal mystery had taken root, one that he was determined to unravel. Earth's Grand Presentation. In the heart of the Galactic Council chambers, a vast, tiered auditorium awaited the human ambassadors. Every seat was occupied by representatives of countless alien races, each with unique features and hues, ranging from those with feathered adornments to those with intricate patterns on their skins. The chamber buzzed with anticipation, a cacophony of murmurs in languages the humans could only guess at. Taking center stage, Admiral Lansing adjusted his uniform and cleared his throat. "Honored members of the Galactic Council," he began, his voice echoing through advanced translation devices. "Today we present to you the story of Earth and its inhabitants." As he spoke, a giant holographic screen illuminated behind him. Images of Earth's vast landscapes, majestic mountains, sprawling forests, and endless oceans danced across it. With a wave of his hand, Lansing beckoned the presentation to begin. Scenes from early human civilizations appeared, ancient Egyptians constructing the pyramids, the Great Wall of China snaking its way across mountains, Romans building their vast empire. The chamber was filled with awe-stricken silence as the aliens watched humanity's history unfold. The presentation touched on darker times, wars, plagues, and natural disasters, but it also showcased humanity's resilience, our ability to rebuild and to learn from our mistakes. The rise and fall of empires gave way to moments of unification, the formation of nations, and eventually, global cooperation. Our history is a tale of conflict and cooperation, of challenges met and obstacles overcome, voiced Dr. Amelia Evans, a historian in the delegation. She gestured to the screen, which now showcased artistic and cultural achievements. Images of the Mona Lisa, Starry Night, and ancient cave paintings gave way to snippets of Beethoven's symphonies and Beatles songs. From the corner of the stage, another delegate activated a VR experience, allowing council members to immerse themselves momentarily in human cultural festivals, from the vibrant colors of India's Holi to the intricate masks of Venice's Carnival. The segment on technological advancement garnered keen interest. Displays of the wheel's invention, the printing press, the internet, and humanity's first steps into space elicited murmurs of appreciation. But when the human team showcased their breakthroughs in DNA manipulation, gene sequencing, and bioengineering, the room's atmosphere palpably shifted. It seemed that, in this vast federation, the intricate dance of human genetics and our expertise in these fields held a unique allure. As the presentation neared its end, the human team unveiled a banquet of Earth's diverse cuisines. Delicacies from every continent were on display: sushi from Japan, rich curries from India, intricate pastries from France, and barbecued meats from Australia. Using advanced replication technology, samples were provided to the council members, allowing them a literal taste of Earth. When the last image faded, the room was silent for what felt like an eternity. Then, a council member from a race known as the Zalarians stood. Her form, with a skin that had a luminescent quality, reflected light in soft, radiant waves. "Your mastery of genetics and bioengineering is impressive," she commented, her voice musical. "The ability to map and manipulate DNA to such an extent is rare. It opens doors to many collaborative opportunities." Another representative, a towering figure covered in iridescent scales, rose. "Your arts, music, and culture have depth and emotion," he remarked. "It adds a unique flavor to the galactic community. However, with such rapid advancement, how do you ensure the ethical implications of your discoveries are considered?" Lansing nodded. acknowledging the question. "It's a challenge," he admitted, "but it's one we constantly strive to address through global dialogues, ethical committees, and an inherent drive to better ourselves." The murmurs grew louder as council members discussed among themselves. It was evident that Earth had made a lasting impression. The human delegates could only hope that the impression was a favorable one, signaling the beginning of a new era of interstellar collaboration.